I can't take off my pants.
Look, it's the haunted mattress.
It's a gift from a friend.
SpongeBob, I was so worried, I thought something terrible had happened.
You must think I'm pretty dumb, huh?
Nothing personal, lad.
That's it. I'm moving out of this neighborhood.
Take 2, 6779.
Maybe it's the way you're dressed.
I'm not crying, I'm laughing.
As far as casting goes, my approach was first have an idea in my head for each character before going to a casting director who would find some potential people for that role. We basically found these people that sounded, I guess, like the voice that I crudely could do for the characters.
We really spent a lot of time and a lot of sessions just figuring out what his laugh would be, how he would sing, how he would cry. Steve spent a lot of time dialing SpongeBob in.
I remember Tom, he was looking in the mirror and looking at himself, and he said something like, "Oh, what's a sponge with SquarePants and a tie thinking that I could get a job at a fast food restaurant?"
One crying Johnny coming up.
I thought about that name SquarePants, and I thought it was really funny. It describes what SpongeBob is literally, but also I think it's his character. He's a starchy little square guy, well-meaning, clean-cut little nerd.
We knew that we wanted SpongeBob to be a character of indeterminate age, much like Jerry Lewis, or physically very, very rubbery and insane. You know, kind of a man-child, but you can't really pin it down. He goes to school like a kid, but he has a job like a grown-up.
Hall monitor SpongeBob reporting for duty, ma'am. I'm ready to assume my position in the hall.
You know, the character that Jerry Lewis played in those movies was very SpongeBob-ish in that his enthusiasm and desire to help people would often start a snowball rolling down the hill.
Broken traffic light. Who's to say my monitor duties should end just because the bell rang? I can be helpful anywhere. This looks like a job for the hall monitor. What would this town do without you, SpongeBob?
Oh, my leg! My leg!
The range,
Where he was going to be, we knew that we wanted something really cartoony, but also munchkin-y. I remember thinking of the Munchkins. Follow the yellow brick road.
as kind of a template, and then we kind of fine-tuned it from there so that it wasn't just a squeaky voice, so that there were highs and lows, and there was a thing that he did where he was trying to be cool and, hey, baby, you know, and then when he was scared, his voice would go up higher, and...
SpongeBob is this kind of squeaky clean, small, impish character. And so I was looking for that sort of voice.
There actually is a cassette tape that exists of me doing SpongeBob and Steve Hillenburg doing Squidward. And that was the first time that we ever spoke on tape as those characters.
Hundreds of creatures swim through these doors every day in our undersea community, depending on you to serve them nutritious, delicious, reasonably priced food in a clean, family-friendly environment.
Look, I've been standing around on my tentacles since 8 o'clock this morning, and I don't have the strength to listen to this.
Who depends on you may ask? Well, let's just start with the A's.
No.
Aaron Anchovy, LB Albacore.
We decided to give him kind of a dolphin-y laugh. Now, the way you achieve that dolphin-y laugh is, first of all, you have to make a noise that your neighbors will find most distressing, which is like if somebody's letting the air out of you and you're a balloon. And then you take your hand on your Adam's apple and go, and then they give you money and your parents say, wow, that's weird that you can actually make a living doing that.
Squidward is this curmudgeon, snotty, aloof, a wannabe artist. In a way, Squidward is the guy I can identify with most because he's a lot like us.
It's a rock! A rock!
He looks at SpongeBob, you know, he is crazy at times, and no one seems to notice except Squidward.
It's a big, beautiful, old rock. Oh, the pioneers used to ride these babies for miles, and it's in great shape.
SpongeBob! Will you forget the stupid pioneers? Have you ever noticed that there are none of them left? The That's because they were lousy hitchhikers, ate coral, and took directions from algae. And now you're telling me they thought they could drive?
Rocks. He's got a good heart. He just covers it with this curmudgeon shell.
I knew it.
SpongeBob.
You do care.
No, I don't. I do not. That was just a cover. I don't.
Yes. You actually care for that thing?
Squidward has this big honking nose, and he's a bit of a malcontent. And so I just put everything up in the nose and gave him the oh, please attitude, and, well, there it was.
Hold on there, little square dude! Hooray!
For Sandy Cheeks, I was looking for a strong female character that could be friends with SpongeBob but not a love interest. They really bang around and do karate together, kind of like stunt buddies. And so that gets him into trouble, it creates some conflict in the way they challenge each other.
So, what's your name?
Sandy.
Sandy's all about her mouth because of her huge teeth. So she's right here. She's right here at the front with her buck teeth. And that's pretty much how I find Sandy. I have to go to the teeth.
There it is.
What is it?
Can't you see? It's Texas.
Steve was funny because he sent me all this research on Texas and slang. We worked a lot with the pacing, because as a squirrel, I thought she should be really spastic, and he thought she should be more reserved. But I think we found a happy medium.
I'm not crying. I'm laughing. I appreciate what y'all are trying to do, SpongeBob, but home isn't about barbecues and pecan pies. Home is where you're surrounded by other critters that care about you.
I was trying to think of a role model of somebody who was smart and from that part of our country, and the person that came to mind was Holly Hunter. And I don't actually know where she's from, but that sound, you know.
So you'll stay?
I'm staying.
Welcome home, Sandy!
Hey, who needs dumb old Texas anyway?
What did you say?
Patrick is so he's very, very low in bass and not very quick. There it is, SpongeBob. The carnival is back in town. Finding the character was really about feeding off SpongeBob or goading SpongeBob. I sense no danger here. How could they be dangerous? They're covered with free cheese.
All I know is Mr. Krabs said, Patrick, don't do that.
Cheesy. No danger here. Go on, try it.
But Mr. Krabs said...
SpongeBob, let me ask you something. Does this look dangerous? Does this look dangerous? Does this look dangerous? When Patrick goes off, I thought of a couple of the great Shelley Winters performances. Shelley Winters gone bad. Boom, I mean, she's nuclear. Heart on stick, mustache! I kind of like to think of Patrick as having a little Shelley Winters in him. I don't think I look very much like Shelley Winters, but it's more just how I feel. It's off to jail for you, Mr. Krabs.
Patrick, you're fired.
But I don't even work here.
Would you like the job? Starting now.
Boy, would I.
You're fired.
Mr. Krabs is probably the only adult, with the exception of Mrs. Puff, in Bikini Bottom. Steve actually can take credit for the laugh. He wanted something different than a typical pirate laugh, but still a pirate laugh. I went in, I. And he said, no, do it faster. I. Do it faster. Do it faster.
Think of it, Mr. Krabs. You will be responsible for bringing culture to this cultural wasteland we call Bikini Bottom. And not to mention the money.
The money? He loves money, and that's really all you need to know.
Can you spot him, Mr. Squidward?
Down there, sir!
There appears to be a Krabby Patty napping in progress. There can be only one culprit.
Catch
Plankton.
Finally, victory is mine. I win! I win! I win!
Plankton's voice I read for as SpongeBob. So I actually did all the lines SpongeBob had in the pilot, but with Plankton's voice. And so he was saying stuff like, I'm ready. Hey, Gary, it's a beautiful day.
Hear me, crabs. When I discover your formula for Krabby Patties, I'll run you out of business.
The cool thing about him is he's got two sides of his voice, which are one is, you know, his sort of, but then he can go to the good side, which is,
I feel all tingly inside. Should we stop?
No, that's how you're supposed to feel.
Well, I like it. Let's do it again.
Okay.
F is for frolic through all the flowers. U is for ukulele. N is for nose picking, sharing gum and sun licking here with my best buddy.
We've done some personal appearances, and little boys always come up and they want an autograph, and they slide over, you know, their paper to you, and they say, Plankton's always mean. And you feel this like energy of they completely love it. They completely, it's like, he's mean all the time. I love it. And you're just, it's funny because you could see it's the same thing I would have connected with as a kid.
All knees will bow to Plankton. Hail Plankton! I win! I win!
Hey, free Krabby Patties!
Hey, look at that!
The incidental voices can be anything in the show that is not what they call the principal voices, which are the main recurring roles in a show. They are the little boy, the guy ordering a Krabby Patty. It's something different every show.
I play incidental characters on SpongeBob SquarePants. The Halloween episode, I played a little girl fish who was making fun of SpongeBob. And in the Christmas episode, I played a little girl fish who had lost their 2 front teeth. So I kind of move around here and there.
What is an incidental voice? Well, to me it is being at a wedding and telling a group of kids that you're not the voice of Sandy, but that you are on SpongeBob, and that you're just fish number 83, the occasional teen girl that's, oh, SpongeBob.
It's different every show. It's like, you know, boy number 2 or, you know, eel number 76 or thought bubble number 7.
Sometimes I do like a little kid voice.
Or
an old person's voice like that,
or monsters.
Hello,
Often I'm a copfish. Son, we're looking for the maniac.
Have you seen this man? Yeah.
We usually have a great time during the records, which I think has a big influence on what you actually grab out of that. I think everybody really was suited.
We always have the opportunity out there to do as best we can. And as an actor, we all appreciate that from Steve.
They're all just really great people to be with, and people that I'm learning from all the time. I mean, astounded by some of the voiceover artists that come in there. It's like, I just need to step down, because these are the masters.
It sounds stupid to talk about cartoons this way, but you know, really, Tom and Bill and Carolyn and Roger as Squidward, for sure, they're not really in the room. The real people aren't really in the room for a few hours. It's Bikini Bottom, you know, very much like channeling. It's a very Shirley MacLaine kind of a thing, where for 4 hours, you're this sponge.